And thanks to Congressman Roger Williams for joining us as well. I know this is a busy time as Congress is starting to gear back up for the fall. Congressman, I got to ask you the question about Kamala Harris. You've probably known her for a while. What do you think?
Well, I think she's on the wrong side of the issue. It's evident that she's trying to take our country to socialism. I mean, just think about this, guys. Here's her plan. Let's increase taxes on businesses. Let's put what I would call communist price controls out there like they have in China. Let's throw out the Second Amendment. Let's destroy our energy independence. And let's try to make America great. That doesn't work. And I think the people are going to have a real choice between big government or less government, high tax, low tax, whatever. But she does not empower Americans. She empowers, frankly, the socialists and the Marxists.
I'm curious about the price controls thing. That just kind of came out of nowhere. That tells me that somebody, I don't care, and I don't care if it's Kamala Harris saying it or anybody saying it. You talk about price controls, you clearly know nothing about economics.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's, free market competition is what this country is built on, risk, reward. And she started talking about price controls. And she started out with the food industry and the grocery stores. I mean, these people operate on 1 or 2% margin. And if she starts having price controls on the food market, you're not going to have anybody growing any tomatoes. There won't be any tomatoes to sell. The shelves will be empty. And you couple that with the Chinese owning 31 million acres of our food land, our farmland, and price controls the food industry, that could present to be a real problem for Americans.
Now, we've really never seen anything like this, Congressman, as far as the way this has gone on, how the incumbent was replaced, and all very bizarre, very strange, and now the machine has kicked in and the marketing blitz is on. What do you tell your constituents who might think, wow, well, we can't win this. Look at the machine. Look at all the power. Yeah. It's not over, though, right?
No, Donald Trump's going to win, and I think we get the House and Senate. And I really believe that, it's a machine, and I'm glad you said that, because it's not Kamala Harris. It could be anybody. It's the socialistic Marxist machine we're running against. But the fact of the matter is, I believe when people actually go to the booth to vote, they may not tell you they're voting for Donald Trump, but they are, and they're also going to vote their pocketbook. At the end of the day, people do vote their pocketbook, and people are hurting right now. They're scared to death about higher taxes, 67,000 IRS agents moving around their local communities, no law enforcement, price controls. I think that if we get our message out there, if we focus on what we're good at, which is the economy and putting people to work, we will win and could win handedly.
Well, and that's the key, if you get your message out there, and that's something that I don't know who's running the campaign, but for Mr. Trump, they need to make sure he stays on message.
There's no question. And I have mentioned the fact that I want him to be the CEO of America and run the business of America. And if we sit down and talk about everything he's good at, you go back to 2016 with lower taxes, low inflation, low interest, opportunities everywhere, low unemployment, that's the winner. And the fact of the matter is, guys, Kamala Harris and Democrats cannot speak about that because they're the one that caused the problem the last 4 years. But they'd like for you to forget and the media to forget that they're in charge right now. They could make all the changes right now she's talking about, but she's trying to change what she's caused the last 4 years. It's crazy. But we got to get the message out. If we get the message out, we win.
All right, we have to take a quick time out. Congressman, hang on just a moment. Monty has traffic and weather on the ones now.
Highway 80 on that eastbound side at Clements, you've got a wreck. That one still keeping you heavy back to Lawson Road. We've also got the one on I-35E northbound at Oak Lawn. 2 right lanes are taken away. About a 15-minute backup toward Jefferson Boulevard. And an issue now on 635 westbound at Webb Chapel. Trying to get it off to the side. They're a little bit heavy, stretching back to Marsh Lane. I-35E on that northbound side, 121. Ramp still partially blocked off. It is slow there. It looks like back toward the Bush Turnpike. Our next update within 10 minutes with traffic on the ones. I'm Monty Cook, News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Started to push the heat now just to our north. Still warm and a bit above average, but certainly not where we've been. Average high 95, low 75, and now we're going to be closer to that. I think 98, 99 today, tomorrow, even Wednesday. No rain expected. Lots of sunshine, though. Overnight lows will be in the mid-to-upper 70s. For WBAP News, meteorologist Ray Stajik at the Weather Channel.
Currently 77 degrees at WBAP. Congressman Williams, will we be able to have a fair election? Do you think everything will be on the up and up when voters head to make their choice in November?
Well, you hope so, and you want everybody to know that their vote counts. I have so many of my friends say, Roger, I'm just not sure my vote's going to count. Well, we can't get to that point, and it's going to be important that everybody gets involved, that from poll watching to everything else, to make sure the election is fair and the votes are counted. And I think in Texas, we've got a very good system that works. If you remember last cycle, we knew by 10 o'clock who was winning the elections. But these got to elect people that will put policy and put voting their voting issues that their people want them to vote for, put them out there, and don't let governors and secretaries of states change it. That's why we have the elections run by the states and not the federal government.
Hal wanted me to ask you this question. We always end the interview with Congressman Roger Williams. How's the car business?
Car business is really good. I think just the fact that we see low interest rates talked about coming down in September help any industry is driven by interest. Frankly, you cut interest, you put more money in the hands of the people. So car business is good, and actually business is good. That's the greatness of our system. But the drag that Democrats are putting on it with the threats of higher taxes and more government involvement, it worries people. But Main Street America is still doing good, but it can do a lot better under Donald Trump.
Congressman Roger Williams, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.